All right, so the last set of data types I want to talk about, and this is more my classification than the official classification. These are collection types. What you see here is only the main two that we're going to focus on in this class. There are actually a bunch of them. We're going to talk about sets and tuples when we actually get to talking about these. There's also the frozen set. And then, of course, we have lists and dictionaries. And what these do, so first off, a list is just a sequence, an unordered sequence of values. They need not be the same type, they need not be in any order, and they need not even be unique. But each piece of a list, each item within a list is called an element. And the same thing applies when we're talking about sets and tuples. So they're usually arranged. The syntax, they're named just like any normal variables. And then you enclose your list of values inside square brackets with commas separating them. So let's go over to VS Code and really quickly show what that looks like. So list. Let's just call this list, we'll use a very common example, is fruits. We'll equal that to apple, orange, mango, banana. And now, here's the neat thing. We can access elements of a list the same way we access characters of a string. So if we wanted to print the first fruit in our list, print fruits sub 0. Same notation because, logically speaking, and this applies to most programming languages, all a string is a list, or some of the languages call it an array, of single character data values. So the way we access them is the same as we would for a list, which in other programming languages is called an array. For now, you're not going to be expected to do anything with lists. I just want you to have a basic understanding of their syntax. Now we're going to switch over to dictionaries. This contains a list of key value pairs. So you have each element comprises a key, which has a particular name, and then that key is assigned a value. Keys and values can be any data type. Keys must be unique. They don't have to be in order, but they do have to be unique. Values, on the other hand, those follow the same rules as list elements. They don't have to be unique, they don't have to be ordered, they don't even have to be all the same type. And so the way that we write dictionaries, again, the syntax for creating a variable, so name equals, is the same. We enclose our dictionary's contents in curly brackets or braces. We do key 1 colon value 1, key 2 comma value 2, key 2 colon value 2, and so on and so forth. And these again are separated by commas. So let's quickly look at this. So we'll call this grades equals, open up our curly brace, just throw some random names in here. And let's do one more. Just throwing some random names out there. 95. And that is what your dictionary is going to look like. Now, how do we reference these? We can't just do like sub 0, sub 1, sub 2. What we want to do instead is do a sub key. So let's print the first value. Print grades sub James. And that will print 89. So let's save this and let's have a look at both the list and dictionary code being used. So CLS. And now if we look down here at the bottom, we see Apple and 89. And that's how, that is the very basics of lists and dictionaries. Like strings, there's a lot more to do with them, but for now, that's all I want you to know. So that's going to do it for this lecture. Next time around, we're going back to math. We're going to talk about sets. And that's going to essentially be the mathematical concept behind lists. So it's going to, the math portion is going to start intersecting a lot more with the computer science version, with the programming, the math portion of this course is going to start intersecting a lot more with the programming portion. So, as I always say, stay tuned for that.